Hey everybody, my name is Dr. Phil, and I'm not qualified to be a doctor, but I am qualified to have an excellent afro.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, in this review, I'm taking a look at a new Marvel series from Disney+, and that is Loki. Created by Michael Waldron, this series is set in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This story takes place after the events of Avengers Endgame, where we go to an alternate universe where Loki embarks on a new crazy adventure involving time travel. And before we begin, you should know that this review will contain some spoilers from the first episode. If you haven't seen the first episode, I recommend not watching this review. I mean, hey, if I have to do this review, I have to talk about some spoilers here. Now we got that out of the way, let us have some fun. Isn't that right, Loki? The first thing we have to talk about is Tom Hiddleston as Loki. He was freaking amazing in this episode. He did well capturing that same mischievous, cold villain that we recognized from the Avengers. And his performance was astonishing as he plays a confused man trying to figure out what the TVA is and understanding why the TVA arrested him. And as soon as he looks at his future and what happened to his family, that is when we feel genuinely sorry for this character, because we would feel the exact same way if we were in his position. It was so sad, man. It was so sad. It was like, I wanted to cry for him, you know? I know. Now, when I heard that Loki was coming back into the MCU, having his own series, I honestly had some doubts thinking if it was a good idea, because it makes his death in Avengers Infinity War pretty irrelevant. But after watching the episode, I realized that the Loki we're following isn't the real Loki. The real Loki died on the Asgardian ship by the hands of Thanos. This Loki is, as many agents call him, a variant. A mere different version of Loki from another timeline. Which makes sense, for this applies to White Vision. While he may look and obtain the memories of Vision, he isn't the real Vision. The real Vision died in Wakanda, again by the hands of Thanos. So yeah, I became well accustomed to the idea of a new version of Loki coming back into the MCU. I mean, hey, it could have been worse. They would have recasted Tom Hiddleston with Matt Damon.
Sorry about that time I turned you into a frog.
It was a wonderful joke.
It was indeed hilarious.
Build a statue for me.
We will build a big statue for you.
With my helmet on, with the big bendy horns.
Furthermore, this series has also introduced us to our new side characters. And they were great. You would know their roles and their involvement with Loki, and you would remember some pretty memorable lines, such as this.
You're taking me somewhere to kill me.
No, I'm taking you someplace to talk.
Well, I don't like to talk.
But you do like to lie, which you just did. Because we both know you love to talk. Talky.
Also, my favorite character of the TVA so far is Casey. Even though he may not be as significant as to the other characters, he's funny as heck.
Give me the Tesseract or I'll gut you like a fish, Casey.
What's a fish?
Fun fact, this isn't their first time on screen working together, for they have worked before in Kong Skull Island. Who knew? Now the story. The story did well by having me invested immediately with no hesitation. Even though we spend a majority of the time listening to a ton of expositions from Miss Minutes and Agent Mobius, you wouldn't mind that because you're too keen on learning more about the TVA, the world, and why the TVA arrested Loki for a crime he doesn't know of. Oh, and it does so well subverting our expectations. Like, far off, man. For instance, when Loki attempts to escape from the TVA, he retrieves the Tesseract until he discovers a shocking revelation.
What? Infinity Stones? How do you have these?
Oh, we actually got a lot of those. Yeah, some of the guys use them as paperweights.
So, what this guy is saying is that the Infinity Stones, the most powerful objects in the MCU known to man, is being used as nothing but paperweights in the TVA. Paperweights!
Is this the greatest power in the universe?
Dude. Dude.
Hey, dude. D-O-O-D. Dude.
Hey, dude.
Dude.
This moment changes everything. It is at this moment where we realize that we are no longer in the Infinity War saga. Instead, we've stepped into a whole new world here. Man, this first episode was so amazing and shocking that it left me with some interesting questions and theories to consider. For instance, are the Timekeepers really the creators of the Infinity Stones? Or why did the TVA allow Steve Rogers to go back in time to live with Peggy Carter? Or did Doctor Strange and the Ancient One know the TVA exists? I mean, it is possible since in Avengers Endgame, before Hulk took the Time Stone, the Ancient One warns him of the consequences of taking an Infinity Stone from another timeline.
The Infinity Stones create what you experience as the flow of time. Remove one of the stones, and that flow splits. Now this may benefit your reality, but my new one, not so much.
It is just a theory after all, just a theory. But I hope I'm right on this one. There is so much more that I want to talk about, but as always, I don't want to take up too much of your time. So all I can say is that this episode is the beginning of a crazy, wild adventure that I'm most eager to explore with Loki. Well, that's it. That's my review of episode 1. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more of my content. Thank you all so much for watching this review. It really means a lot. And as always, I'll see you guys in our next appointment. I'll see you...
Sir, I invented a time machine.
Wait, what? You invented time traveling? How long have you been working on this?
Well, sir, I've been working on this machine since the Back to the Future review.
Since the Back to the Future review? Wait a minute, you weren't in the... Wait a minute, you weren't in the... What's happening? What's going on?
I'm so sorry, sir. I'm afraid I may have put you in some sort of time loop paradox.
You put me in it! You put me in it! And then you moved me... Okay, could you please stop? It's getting annoying.
I'm sorry, sir. I don't know how to stop this.
Could you please... Seal, could you please... Please help me, please help me.